All right, you decide to purchase your first home. So the first thing typically people do, they get on ZillowRealtor.com and they call random agent and they go, can we see that house? Back off. Let's just talk about the process. Let's get a little organized before we purchase your first home, because guess what? Your first home could be the largest investment you ever make in your life and can position you for the rest of your life. Your first home purchase, if we do it right, you can end up with $100,000 to $200,000 profit in next 7 years. So start slow and do it right. This is the steps usually we go through. So once you decide, let's purchase your first home, couple of questions to ask. Have you been working your full-time job at least for 30 days, and is your employment guaranteed? So the first step we do when you decide to purchase your first home, we connect you with the lender. And the reason being is we want to make sure we don't have any surprise. Majority of first-time home buyers could have student loans, could have credit card loans, could have car loans. So the question is, if we have all these loans, which majority of buyers do, which loan do we pay off and which loan do we keep? You know, did you know that student loan is considered one of the best debt to have? Majority of people rush and pay off student loans instead of focusing on paying car or credit card loans. So before you go and start paying off debt, let's talk to the lender who puts together a game plan which loan to pay off and which could look really good on your credit score, because your credit score positions you for a really good mortgage rate. A higher credit score we have, the better mortgage rate you're gonna get. So sometimes we connect you with a lender, and lender might suggest, let's take care of these debts such as credit card or car loan first, which could improve your credit score by 100 points, 50 points, whatever that is. And why would you do it? Well, if you do it correctly, this could increase your mortgage rate from instead of paying 7%, you might be able to get 6.2%. So the hard work will pay off if you do the right thing. Once we get you pre-approved, we're gonna run exact monthly payment. The reason I want you to understand your monthly payment, if you're renting your apartment for $1,300 right now, I wanna make sure you understand when we buy home, you're able to handle mortgage payment, which majority of websites such as ZillowRealtor.com just feature your mortgage payment, but they do not include your property taxes, which are pretty high, and your home insurance, which you are required by law to have home insurance in place. So what does it mean financially? When you're thinking you're gonna pay $1,300 on your mortgage, you have to calculate at least additional $300 on property taxes, which could be higher than that, plus another $1,000 to $2,000 a year on home insurance. So I wanna make sure before we get excited about your home, you understand your commitment financially to the mortgage company at the end of the day. Secondly, I want to make sure you have some down payment. Majority of people think they need 20% down payment. Time out, that's no longer a case. Majority of home buyers are purchasing their dream home with 1%. Yes, you heard me right, 1%, 3%, 5% down payment. We don't see as many 20% down payments. And then thirdly, I want you to explore all the grants available to you as the first-time home buyers. There is so much free money available to you. It's gonna blow your mind. There is graduation money, there is this money. Butler County could have first-time home buyer credit. So before you get excited about purchasing home, let's make sure we position you financially to win. You could get $7,500 from Hamilton County. All the grants and funds from the different sources also depend on your employment, on your level of income. There's a lot of funds available for firefighters, nurses, teachers. So it depends on your profession. You can be tapping into unknown reserve that's available only to you if you're a teacher or if you're a nurse or if you're a firefighter. So let's connect with a lender and let's put proper financial game plan together. Once we get that out of the way, which is the most crucial but also the most exhausting part of the buying home process, we're gonna get really excited and we're gonna go out and shopping, which is my favorite part of the process. We get in the car and we go explore your homes. Before we get in the car, we're gonna set you up on Portal. The reason you're gonna be on Portal is so you can see houses as coming up soon before they physically hit Realtor.com, Zillow, and all the other websites you love to explore your new home. So we set you up on Portal, so when you see the house, guess what? You will be the first one who gets that home in the portal, so you can explore the neighborhood, you can drive by, and when the house hits the market, you're ready to go. Because guess what? If you're the first buyer in the house with the offer on the table before all the other people see it on Zillow and Realtor.com, we can avoid going into multiple offer situation and overpaying for your home. Remember, our goal is to position you to win. So once we get you set up on Portal, we get in the car and we explore houses. We go check the houses you selected online that you physically want to see. And it's so crucial to go through these houses. The pictures always look deceiving, right? So you might walk in and say, this is too small. The closets are small. I don't like the height of the ceiling in the basement. I don't like the neighboring house being in my backyard. I don't like the power line behind me. I don't like the cliff because I have 2 years old and I don't want to get rid of him, right? So we want to make sure you physically come through the house and explore everything that is to be explored inside the property. Once you're really excited and decide to move forward, we put purchase contract together. Remember, this purchase contract is legally binding. So we sign legally binding agreement between buyer and seller and take it to the next step. What does the next step looks like once we get you under accepted contract? Well, this is where the real work begins. We're gonna need about $1,000 earnest money, and we're gonna need another $500 to schedule inspection. So when people say, how much money do I need to purchase my first home? All your down payment, whether it's 1%, 3%, 5%, you don't need it until a couple days before closing. But you have to have immediately anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 to start the process. So we need $1,000 earnest money, could be a little higher depending on seller's preference, and $500 is typical cost of inspection. Now, if you're purchasing larger home that might require more time on inspector schedule, it could cost you more. So make sure you have available cash today to get the process started. Once we go through in the inspection, we negotiate. Believe me or not, every home is gonna have defect, even brand new beautiful homes like that. You know, each house has something that it needs to be addressed, whether it's termite, whether it's radon, whether the electrical outlets are not up to the code. But the most important question during inspection process is to ask yourself, knowing what I know, knowing what I discovered, do I still want the house? And if the answer is yes, we schedule contractor, we schedule plumbers, electrician, termite people, whatever we discover to take care of it. A lot of times seller, because of the time crunch, they don't have time to fix the problem. A lot of times they will give you credit to fix the problem after the closing. So once we negotiate inspection and everybody's happy with the outcome of inspection, buyer feels good about the credit received or the work that's going to be done, the seller feels good about moving forward to the next step, we schedule appraisal. The reason we're scheduling appraisal is to make sure you and I did not get too excited and overpaid for the house. So because you're borrowing majority of the assets from the lender wants to make sure we did not overpay for the property. So appraisal will cost you anywhere between $800 and $1,000. Typically, that cost is included in your closing costs. Typically, you don't have to write another check. That cost is included in the cost associated with your mortgage. We schedule appraisal, and once appraisal is done, we move forward to the title work. We want to make sure there is no outstanding liens, there is no outstanding debts on the property. So the title company does really deep diving into the title to make sure we can transfer deed from the current owner to you without any problems. A lot of times when title company discovers some hiccups on your title work, we suggest to explore title insurance. What's title insurance? Well, it's just another insurance, right? It's title insurance. Title insurance will protect you as the homeowner against any outstanding liens that could happen after you move to your home. There are two types of title insurance. Lender title insurance. Every mortgage company is required by law to have title insurance in place, so the mortgage company is protected. However, if there's outstanding lien, you as a homeowner, if you don't own owner's title insurance, you will not have any protection. But we explore that once we get to the title search to see if that's something you want to add to protect you and your assets or not. And it's 50-50. Some people decide to go one way or the other. We will educate you. But if you're curious before you start process, you can Google, you can YouTube title search and do your homework. What does title search really means? And is it a good idea to have it? Once we pass title search and everything is ready to go, we move to scheduling, closing, and final walkthrough. We go through the house one more time to make sure the seller during the time of move did not scratch the walls, moving furniture because the couches get big and heavy. So we want to make sure there is no defects that occur during the moving process. And once we do final walkthrough, we schedule closing. Once we schedule closing, we're gonna set you up with the title company to wire your funds to the closing table. Any amount over $10,000 today has to be wired, so the title company will provide you with the wiring instruction, and it's you wiring your money a couple days before closing to the title company. You have to be very cautious and make sure we do it correctly because there's a lot of wire fraud. So we will guide you, educate you through the process to wire your money. Once the title company receives the money, we all get together. Typically in Cincinnati, buyers and sellers will close together. It's a very friendly environment. We all sit, have a good time. At the closing table, you just sign papers for about an hour. And once you successfully sign everything, the lender funds your mortgage, and then you get keys and you become the first-time homeowner. So it's a very exciting process. I can't wait to help you make it happen. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us at 513-289-1039 and we'll make it happen.